Welcome back to the First United Bank Center on the campus of West Texas A&M University, where the 25th ranked Buffaloes of West Texas A&M bring a 2-2 record into tonight's Lone Star Conference opener against Arkansas Fort Smith. UAFS comes in at 4-2, having lost their first 2 games of the season, much as WT did, but then they have since rolled off 4 straight wins. They have the ability to score, and while averaging just 70 points a game, they posted scores of 86 and most recently 92 points in their last 2 outings. Redshirt freshman Peyton Brown leads the Lions with a 21.8 point per game average. He's already knocked down 19 three-pointers this year. The Buffaloes, well, they opened with 2 losses as well. They've since rolled off 2 wins. They're just excited to have a full complement of their roster back. Yeah. That man right there, Julius Brown, the point guard, he really is the one that keeps things together offensively for the Buffs. He has missed the last 2 weeks with a tragedy in his family back in Dallas. He has since returned to the squad, and we're looking forward to him being back in the lineup tonight. Someone else we'll focus on, Addison Wallace, the sophomore from Cleburne, had a double-double the other night against Oklahoma Baptist. 23 points,
17.
Yeah, 17 points, 8 rebounds against Oklahoma Panhandle State, 23 points against Oklahoma Baptist to go with 17 rebounds. He's averaging 16 and a half thus far, Lucas. And really, I think the key is, as with the Lady Buffs, the Buffs played the other night without Julius Brown, Larry Wise, and Damian Thornton. Tonight, everybody is suited up.
Yeah, and what they got the other night, Kent, and I know you talk about the performance from Wallace. I felt like it was his best game in a Buffalo uniform. Not only did he do a job offensively, but he had 5 steals defensively. He was tremendous. But they got great effort from other players as well. Ahmed Muhammad, the true freshman, he showed he can really score the basketball. He was tremendous. Brock Mishak has given some big minutes. There's Zach Toussaint, who continues to do what he does every game. And then guys like Nick Jett and also Journey Phillips and Cameron Bell, they stepped up their game defensively. Now we get back the floor general in Julius Brown, who really makes things go. And I think Julius just gives so much confidence to his teammates, so we're expecting to see a great game from them. Now, on the other side, Arkansas Fort Smith, you got to talk about this guy, Peyton Brown. He knows how to score it in a lot of different ways, KJ.
Well, you talk about a player that goes to the free throw line is being aggressive. He's gone to the line already this year 109 times.
Wow.
By comparison, the leader for WT is Ahmed Muhammad, who's been there 28 times. He's 42 of 109 from the line. He's already attempted 54 three-pointers.
Yeah, but he's made 19 of them.
We think Zach Toussaint is a shooter. Zach has put up 28. This guy's jacked up 54, made 19 of them. He's just super efficient when he shoots the basketball. He's going to be fun to watch. We talked to David Chavlovic at halftime of the Lady Buffs game. David says, I think he's got a little David Chavlovic in him, so he'll be fun to watch.
He will, and so defensively for the Buffaloes, how do they match up against him? Who do they put on him? Brown is 6'3", and so that'll be interesting. As you see, there's Tom Brown visiting with the officials before the game. All smiles before the game, right?
Peyton Brown at 6'3", so you wonder, is it going to be one of the wing players or one of the outside guards? We'll find out. We'll be back after this quick timeout to introduce the starting lineup and tip off tonight's game between the Buffaloes and the Lions. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball. Well, let's keep it right here, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
At guard, 6'1" junior from Little Rock, Arkansas.
First, our visitors from Fort Smith, the Lions. 4-2 overall in their 5th year under head coach Jim Boone. They'll start at 1 guard, 6'1" junior from Little Rock, Arkansas, Cameron Bush. Bush averages 6'8" and 3'2". At the second guard, Evan Anderson, 6'4" junior from Carrollton, Texas. Anderson averages 6.5 points, 3.2 rebounds. The third guard, the guy we've been talking about, Peyton Brown, 6'3" redshirt freshman from Waldron, Arkansas, averaging 21.8 points, 2.2 rebounds. The forwards, David Akizi, a 6'7" senior from Houston, averaging 5.5 points, 3.4 rebounds. And the second forward, Connor Slater, 6'6" junior from Elgin, Oklahoma. Slater averages 10.8 points, 4.2 rebounds. He was 5 of 5 from the field most recently against Ouachita Baptist as he dropped in 17 points. For the Buffaloes, ranked 25th nationally in the NABC poll, their 9th season under head coach Tom Brown, they are 2-2, riding a 2-game win streak. They'll start the 5-guard lineup. At the point, Julius Brown, a 5'10 senior from Westerville, Ohio. Brown averages 16 points, 3 rebounds a game. He had 22 points, 4 assists in the season opener against Northwest Missouri State. Second guard, Ryland Holt, the 6'6 junior from Gibson City, Illinois. Holt averages 6 points, 3.8 rebounds. The third guard on the wing, Zach Toussaint, a 5'11 junior from Johnsburg, Illinois. Toussaint averages 11.5 points, 2.5 rebounds. He popped the nets for 21 points against Oklahoma Panhandle State. Addison Brown's at a guard, a 6'3 sophomore from Cleburne, Texas. Addison averaging 8.8 points, 6.5 rebounds. He had a double-double last week against Oklahoma Baptist, 17 points and 11 rebounds. Rounding out the starting 5, Larry Wise, a 6'4 sophomore from Waxahachie, Texas. Wise averages 16.3 points, 5 rebounds a game. He had 20 points earlier this year against Florida Southern. The Buffs averaging 81 points a game. They're allowing 74.5. The Lions scoring 70. They're holding their opposition to 66.5. The Buffs out-rebounding their opponents by 4 rebounds a game. The Lions are out-rebounding their opponents by 4.2 a game. You go back to last year, Lucas, UAFS open conference play in Fort Smith against the Buffaloes dealt the Buffaloes a 75-69 loss.
Yeah, so maybe a little bit of revenge on the mind for the Buffaloes tonight. But these conference games, I mean, you want to start off on the right foot. You want to be 1-0 in LSC play because you know that night in and night out, you're getting a great opponent. Arkansas Fort Smith coming into this one, a good record themselves at 4-2. We'll see if the Buffs can get off to a good start. They did not get off to a great start in their last win against OBU. It was the finish that helped WT in the end. They had a really good second half against the Bison.
Officiating crew, Darren Griffin, Mike Yell, and Josh Washington. Ryland Holt jumping against David Akese. Holt wins the tip, knocks it back. The Buffaloes wearing their white Under Armours with the maroon slash across the shoulder. West Texas and the numeral in maroon on the front. UAFS in the dark navy blue with UAFS and 1.
Man, it's good to see him back.
And light gray. And Julius Brown, not showing any rust from having not played in 2 weeks, knocks down the mid-range jumper.
Well, and it's got to feel good for that young man to get back out on the floor with his teammates. Been through a lot lately.
Here's Brown. Inside is Anderson. Cross court to Bush. Inside to Akese, who goes in over Addison Wallace.
Yeah, Akese's got good size, and he's also strong in the perimeter there, so Buffs are going to have to contend with him.
Wise with a pump fake. Wallace on the wing. Now in the corner. Kicks it out to Toussaint. Long 3 off the front of the iron.
Zach can shoot it from deep, but for that first attempt, that one was really long distance.
Here's Brown in the paint. No good with the running jumper. Anderson takes it all the way. A little too strong, but there with the rebound. Is that Larry Wise?
Yeah, they're going to call a jump ball. Players getting tied up and in the possession arrow in favor of Arkansas Fort Smith.
I could only see Larry's shoes amongst that.
Right. A little bright. Is that pink or orange stripe at the bottom? A little neon action there from Larry. Another good, great player for the Buffaloes, and glad to see Larry on the floor as well.
Cameron Bush guarded by Brown. Off to Anderson on the wing. Here's Brown. Larry Wise has him and 1.
Well, we talked about the outside shooting from Peyton Brown, but early here he's taken the ball into the paint twice. First one didn't go. This one uses the muscle, and he does a great job of finishing. Watch through the contact. The eyes never leave the rim. Absorbs it and finishes.
I think Ryland Holt needs to anticipate and come over and cut off the lane.
And as you said, Kent, he loves the free throw line, already getting there and hitting one to extend this lead to 3 for the Lions.
5-2. Ryland Holt outside. Misfires. Rebound to Bush. They like the half-court game. Brown on the wing. Toussaint with the coverage. Gives it to Anderson.
We'll see how this affects Zach offensively. He's going to be chasing Brown all around the court defensively. 2
offensive players. Fade away. No good. Holt with the rebound. Wise kicks it in the corner to Wallace for 3, an air ball.
Now, usually you want it the other way around. You want Addison driving and kicking it to Larry for a 3, but Buff's cold right now. A scoring drought of over 2 minutes. They're 0 for their last 5 shots.
Evan Anderson, Carrollton, Texas native. Outside, shot clock at 10. Inside, wide open inside. Going up, missing the layup is Akizi. But the Buffs caught out of position.
Yeah.
Larry Wise comes down on the back. That's his second foul, and he'll go to the bench.
And this replay, if Akizi keeps the ball high, see, brings it down at the last second, he's going to finish that and maybe still get fouled. Still at the line for 2, but good job on the replay there. That's, it's the little things, but you watch those plays inside, and you're 6'7", Kent, no reason to bring the ball down. And the first free throw did not drop for Akizi.
8 of 13 on the year, 65%, converts on the second. 3 points for David Akizi and a 4-point Lion lead. 3 minutes into the contest.
See if Ahmed Muhammad can get things going. He's on the floor.
Julius, yes, from 3. Nice screen. He parked himself behind it, knocked it down.
Yeah, he's an underrated three-point shooter. He is flashy and can drive and finish, but he developed last year that outside shot, got better and better as the season went on.
That was his first 3 of the year.
Evan Anderson.
The other end, the Lions convert. Buffs trail by 3, 8-5.
Arkansas Fort Smith hitting 60% from the field so far.
Toussaint pull up from 15, it won't go.
It's interesting, Kent, the Buffs 2-2 this year, and their opponents are shooting 55% from the field.
They've made them, they just haven't taken, my guess would be as many. There's a nice kick off the glass by Cameron Bush.
This is a great start for the Lions. They're getting the ball into the paint. They're getting some easy shots early.
Going to have a foul on the floor.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a timeout on the court. 15:47 to play first half. Buffs trail 10-5. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Question of the game. Take a look at the big board.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
As
Here's a look at Arkansas Fort Smith. Head coach Jim Boone in Kent right now. He's got to be pleased with his team's performance. They lead 10-5. They've had a great start on the offensive end.
Well, they've hit 4 of 6 from the floor, 66%. They're out rebounding West Texas 5-2. We said we were glad Julius Brown was back in the lineup. You take Julius 2 field goals away, and the Buffs are 0 for 5 from the floor.
They get Mishak and Jesse Aweezy on the floor.
Mishak gets tripped up.
Yeah.
Let's see if this is Peyton. Okay, Connor Slater, his first.
You know, we've been impressed with Brock Mishak to start his freshman campaign. Just always seems to be making good plays, positive plays, whether it's offense, defense, kind of does the little things. That can go in the backcourt. You're good there.
Muhammad gets a screen from Aweezy. Left side, Brown. 3! Got it!
Okay, Arkansas Fort Smith. He's back. You got to guard him.
Well, you haven't had the opportunity to say it a lot, but the LSC preseason player of the year.
That's right, Julius Brown. And
I can see why.
Yeah. Well, he's a great young man. I mean, has a lot of fun on the court and just one of those players that his teammates enjoy playing with him, not just because he's a talented player. He's very unselfish.
He's always smiling.
And he just forced a turnover.
Forces a turnover there. Claps his hands and says, good job, Ahmed Muhammad.
And, you know, defensively, it's tough to do what he just did. You know, you're scoring. Now you got to go on the defensive end and get down and low and get out in the passing lane, deny it. It takes a lot of effort, but just from doing that, he forces a turnover, gets the ball back.
Buffs trail by 2.
Oh, that was the old shucking drill, the linebacker drill where you got the blocker coming downhill and you got to take that arm and extend it and shuck and go make the tackle.
Jackson Ingram, sophomore from Durant, Oklahoma. Yeah, you got to keep your hands inside the pad.
That's right.
Here's Damian Thornton, fade away from 15, won't go. Nice block out by Ingram. Jesse Aweezy tried to get that rebound, but he couldn't get close to the basketball. Slater gets it to Brown. Brown on the wing. Puts up a long 3. Off the mark, but there with the rebound and the putback is Ingram.
Just country strong down there. I mean,
what he looks like.
Some muscle from Jackson Ingram. You better get low on your block out against him or he'll make you pay.
Brown drives the lane strong, but he's a little too strong with his layup.
Yeah, you like the physicality that Arkansas Fort Smith is playing with early in this game. They're on both ends of the floor. Solid blockouts and
game being played at their tempo, but there's Damian Thornton with a steal, takes it in, and he'll go to the line.
Well, it was a smart play by Damian in transition. He had a player trailing him, but you got to make that defender commit. He's going to go to the line and shoot a pair. He's a scorer, and we're excited to get a chance to see him tonight, transferring over from Southwestern Oklahoma State.
Foul called on Evan Anderson, his first. That's the Lions' 4th. Thornton at the line, 8 of 12 in the early going this year. Knocks down the first. Had 23 points against Florida Southern. 18 points. 7.5 rebounds a year ago at Southwestern Oklahoma State. First team All-Great America Conference last season. As a freshman, he was the GAC Freshman of the Year. Second shot, too strong. There's Ingram with the rebound. Reminds you, Jackson Ingram, a little bit of a 4-inch shorter Bryant Reeves.
Okay.
That's who you're thinking, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, but then you also got to take the razor out. There's going to be a travel. It's going to be a turnover against the Lions. Got to get the trimmers out and trim up the hair just a little bit because Reeves had the old school flat top, right? The Buzz.
Butch flat top.
Talented player. He was from Gans, Oklahoma, the Gans Grizzlies, and went on to play at Oklahoma State and then in the NBA for the Vancouver Grizzlies, as you said. You can still remember that basketball trading card, too.
Here's Muhammad, a little too strong. Holt with the rebound. Kicks it out. Mashak. Toussaint. Pull up. He's hit from behind. That one almost went down.
Wow, and this is a really smart play by Zach. He knows the defender is behind him, and he kind of does this double clutch, waits, and lets the defender go into him, drawing that foul. That is a really smart play. Look at this replay from Zach.
He heard the footsteps.
Come behind you, stop, let that defender bump into your back. And now 2 free throws for a very good free throw shooter, Zach Toussaint.
He is 6 of 7 on the season, 85%. Addison Wallace at the scorer's table waiting to come in. Wallace replaces Mashak. And the Buffs have closed the Lions' lead to 1.
Yeah, they kind of settled in offensively after a slow start, but their defense is really helping them out. UAFS still shooting a high percentage, but they've turned the ball over.
Buffs just 3 of 11 from the floor. And we've got an offensive foul. This will be Faraha Kadu-Dedu.
Well done, sir.
6'8" junior from Kigali, Rwanda. I'm just saying all the letters.
Well, you're doing a good job. You know, in the Buffs, the slow offensive start, so how do you help yourself out? You play tough defense.
Play defense, absolutely. Ryan Holt drives in and 1. Yes, sir.
We were excited to see his play against Oklahoma Baptist. Camp felt like he got more aggressive, aggressive as the game went on. But you like to see plays like that from Holt, who is, you know, a tall and long player, very athletic, and he's still getting comfortable. Again, a transfer this season
from Minnesota Mankato, knocks down the bonus. And hey, friends, the Buffs have their first lead of the game at 14-12. 12:38 to play here in the first half.
Yeah, if you're Arkansas Fort Smith, you got to have a trip where you don't turn the ball over. Got to find a way to alleviate this pressure that the Buffs are putting on them on the perimeter.
We're going to have a hand check outside. I believe they got Addison. For Wallace, his first. The Buffs' third as a team. You know, Lucas, before the Lady Buffs game, I was talking to Zam Roberts over on the bench, and I'm asking how the knee is, how this and that's going. And
how the assistant coaching job.
Her response was, how are the broadcasts been with you and Lucas? I see, Zam, I don't know if they're any good, but we always have fun.
That's right. Oh, that's funny.
And there we're going to have a hold down low. They're going to get Damian Thornton.
Yeah, this is one of our favorite times of the year, Kent. I mean, it's now that it's December 1st, you can officially start playing the Christmas music and get ready for Christmas season, right?
We're also into the part of the schedule where, other than a little break coming up in about 3 weeks, we can count on Thursday, Saturday doubleheaders.
A lot of basketball.
That is a lot of fun. 13 on the shot clock. Courtney Murrell, senior from Carrollton, Texas, guarded by Toussaint.
Every player that comes out on the perimeter to try to get open is being covered out.
Offensive board and a putback there. Akizi with the board and score. Ties us up at 14.
That was a big one for the Lions. Stop that 6-0 run by West Texas A&M.
And they're going to call a charge on Wallace. That'll be Addison's second.
That was a great play by Connor Slater, the junior from Elgin, Oklahoma. He slid over and took that charge.
11:44 to play in the first. Tied at 14. We've got a timeout. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
A really good basketball game tonight here at the First United Bank Center. Our first one tonight, Lady Buffs won by 10 points over UAFS. This one right now, Kent tied 14-14. The Lions had the hot start. They took the early lead, led by 5. That was their largest lead. Now WT has come back again. They forced 4 Arkansas Fort Smith turnovers. That led to some offensive points, and they've settled in a little bit. But if you're UAFS, still doing a great job, 6 of 10 from the field. You just got to come down and not turn the ball over.
They're doing a great job hitting the boards, out rebounding the Buffs 10-3 right now.
WT early doing a good job against Peyton Brown. He's just 1 for 4.
Here's Murrell, cross court to Kesey. Brown for 3, too strong. But there's an offensive rebound and a putback by Evan Anderson. Got a box out. Get position inside.
That one went to 15.
Oh, okay. Anderson's easier to say.
That's
Cadu-de-do. Here's Thornton. He's open. Pull up from 15. Got the roll.
Nice.
First bucket of the night for Damien. Averages 18. We're tied at 16.
Yeah, he's going to be a player that takes a lot of shots, and Tom Brown is fine with that because a lot of them are going to go in.
Bush tied up outside, gets rid of it, gets it back. 8 on the shot clock. Brown guarded by Holt, blind pass inside. They say it was touched by a Buffalo. I don't think it was.
Tom Brown also doesn't think that it was touched by a Buff player.
They're going to give it to the Lions.
I tell you what, that was a wild attempt at a pass there.
It was here we go. Watch this pass by Peyton Brown. Behind the head.
Yeah.
We saw Chapovic do a few of those a few years ago.
Got to have somebody on the receiving end, though.
You do. Your teammates have to anticipate what's coming. 3 seconds on the shot clock. And a 5-second violation. The Buff defense tightens up, forces turnover number 5 against the Lions.
Well, all is fair in love and basketball, right? Something like that. WT thought they didn't get the call they wanted, and ends up being a 5-second count, goes back the other way. That's the 5th turnover now for UAFS. I know I keep saying that, but the Lions have got to stop doing that if they want to get a road victory here tonight.
Brown pulls up 15. Can't get the roll. Ball still bouncing around.
Wow.
Oweezy comes up with it. Brown on the wing. And we've got a block.
You know, he is so explosive, Kent, but that play right there shows you he's always under control. Defenders running at him, taller defender. Julius with a strong head fake, gets him up in the air, and then draws a foul.
Courtney Morrell, his second, will send Juju to the line, shooting 1-1.
AOMS 1-1.
Ingram returns to the Lions lineup, replacing Akezi. Brown knocks down the first. Misses the second. Rebound comes down to Mashak. Brown outside. Toussaint on the wing. Dribbles up top to Wise. Long 3 on the wing. Too strong. Morrell gets the defensive board. Inside of 10 to play in the first half. Buffs lead it 17-16. Morrell has Brown on him. Goes up top to Bush. Shot clock at 6.
The ball still has not gotten in the paint.
Bush pulls up from 3 and knocks it
Wow.
down. They're going to call it a 2-pointer.
That was really, really good defense by the Buffs, except for the last 2 seconds.
Toussaint answers with a 3. Well,
Great response.
we thought the Lions had a 3. They called it a 2. Toussaint made it very clear he was shooting a three. Bush up top to Brown, drives on Mashak, goes around Wise, misses the lay-in. Rebound loose on the floor, out of bounds, Buffalo's basketball.
It was good hustle initially by Jackson Ingram to get that offensive rebound, but and good defense inside by WT. These two teams seem like when they get together, they battle tough, battle close.
Muhammad replaces Wise. He joins Brown, Toussaint, Aweezy, and Mashak. Brown on the wing. Step back, three, got it!
Wow, Julius, have yourself a game, young man.
How about 12 points through the first 11 and a half minutes of the game? Oh, Morrell kind of tied Toussaint up and then misses the shot. Rebound grabbed by Bush, and he's going to be undercut.
That screen there, Kent, it reminded me a little bit of the construction down that we're dealing with in Emerald, and sometimes you get stuck and you think, well, I can't go this way. I can't go that way. Watch this. Oh, nope, nope. Take the long way around.
Inbounds comes to Anderson. Cross court to Brown, who was open, yes, Peyton Brown, and then Julius Brown steps out. And Julius picks up his second, team seventh. Timeout on the floor. 7:58 to play in the first. Buffs lead at 23-18. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Lucas Kinsey alongside my broadcast partner Kent Johnson, the Thunder Vision production team under the direction of Jacob Griffin, and we are glad to have you with us tonight in what has been a very entertaining first half. Kent, very physical, 23-18 right now. The Buffs lead Arkansas Fort Smith, but the Lions at the free throw line as Peyton Brown's got a chance here.
Averaging 21.8, he's got 3 thus far. He'll shoot a couple here. That's his first. Can make it a 3-point deficit, which he does. Brown up to 5. Thornton back on the floor for the Buffaloes. He replaced Brown. Here's Toussaint. Thornton on the wing. Gets a screen from Aweezy, pulls up from 15, off the glass.
Let's go, WT!
Buffs lead back up to 5, 25-20, 7.5 to play in the first. Anderson on the wing. Lob down low to Slater on the block, backs down on Toussaint. Finds Ingram underneath. Muhammad gets a hand on the ball, knocks it out of bounds.
Good job on the extra help defender there. You double team in the corner so that somebody's going to be open unless the next man rotates down. That's what the Buffs did.
Holt on the floor now for WT, replacing Aweezy. Brown inbounds to Ingram. Cross to Anderson. Long three at the buzzer by Brown, no good. And we've got a whistle on the rebound. And they're going to call Mashak with a foul inside.
Yep, they did.
Wow.
So
here we go. Let's see what we got. Brock's clearing out, had the elbow up.
I think what the Buffs are saying
pushed back on Connor Slate
is that Slater had snuck his arm in there, was holding onto an arm.
Yeah. Hook and roll.
That may have been
Mashak's first, the Buffs' 8th as a team since Connor Slater to the line shooting twice.
As a kid, I watched WWF Saturday Morning Wrestling, Kent. That's what happened down there. One man got caught.
I was a different generation. We watched cartoons, sometimes in color.
There you go. I was watching those wrestling matches, had the little rubber toy figurines with Hulk Hogan and the arms raised up.
Slater makes them both. 3-point Buff lead. Thornton goes in, draws the foul.
Yeah, that's some muscle there. Speaking of flexing in there from Damian Thornton. He went right at the defense. This was strong right here.
And Connor Slater picks up his second, the 9th Lions foul. Thornton to the line, shooting twice. Got the first. Has one more shot coming as Jesse Oweezy prepares to check in, and he does, to replace Brock Mashak. Thornton rims out the second. Buffs lead at 4, 26-22, 6:40 to play in the first. Down low, going in was Brown, had his pocket picked by Muhammad. Muhammad with the roll, yes, coast to coast.
And Brown wanted to get it back. He was coming from behind, tried to swipe at the ball, but good recognition by the freshman.
Yeah, that's a play that you might get away with in high school.
See if Brown can get back at him now.
Near corner, Anderson. Up top to Bush, down low, the cutter and the easy lay-in. That's David Akizi. He's got 7.
Good cut by Akizi. Nice pass. Here's Toussaint from deep.
Bang! Toussaint, his second 3. He's got 8.
You know, in the scouting report, when it says locate the shooter, like locate Zach Toussaint, what do you think that actual definition of that is, Kent?
You got to issue an APB. Wow. Cameron Bush with the answer. Buffs lead by 5, 31-26. Holt has the ball knocked away. Last touched by Cameron Bush, who's laying on the floor.
Quick hands from Peyton Brown, just reached in and poked the ball free. They almost got it back.
Ahmed Muhammad to inbound to the left of the Buffs basket. Finds Toussaint. Floater, got it.
That was unbelievable.
Beautiful.
On the inbounds play, just where Zach ran off of all those screens, looped around.
He ran the wheel route.
Man.
Caught it, never put the ball on the floor.
And then a beautiful floater high in the air.
7-point Buffalo lead. Inside of 5 to play in the first. Strong drive, and we're going to have a charge called. Evan Anderson put that shoulder down. That's his 3rd, team's 10th.
Yikes. Well, he'll have to come to the bench. Gets quickly up off the bench. Daryl McElrath to check in. McElrath, the senior from Decaturville, Tennessee. As you saw there on the replay, good job, guys. Here's where UAFS has to be careful. Kent, 4:45 left to play before halftime. You're in it right now. You're only down by 7.
Thornton drives, loses the ball, picks it up. short, but they're going to call
Oh,
a
wow.
hack.
Oh, a late whistle.
Jim Boone doesn't like that at all, and that
Yeah.
was a late whistle.
It was very late. And Ken, I was just about to say a really good defensive trip by Arkansas Fort Smith because they forced Thornton into what was a very, very difficult shot.
Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't a high percentage shot, but he wasn't in a position to pass. Thornton goes to the line shooting twice. Makes the first.
So we've seen Tom Brown get a little upset, and now Jim Boone.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Yes, he does. He has a right to be upset.
Thornton knocks them both down. So Damien's up to 8. Julius Brown has 12, Toussaint 10,
Yeah.
Thornton 8 to lead the Buffs.
If you're the Lions, you need a good possession here. You need a bucket just to calm everybody down.
As the Buffs lead is up to 9 at 35-26. Peyton Brown, step back, Muhammad on him, freshman on freshman. Pass inside, Akizi is tied up by Mashak.
Wow. Buffs crowd recognizes on that trip that was really solid defense. They're just frustrating the Lions.
Buffs basketball as Thornton returns to the floor.
Here's the replay.
Easy.
Yeah, straight up and then.
Yeah, that was okay. That was Ryland Holt with the defensive play. Thank you for the replay. Buffs by 9, approaching the 4-minute mark of the first half. Holt. Here's Mashak, thought about it, goes to Holt, who will, and he knocks it down.
And that's a tough matchup. Holt out on the three-point line. He draws Jackson Ingram out, and he just was late on the closeout.
Remember back when the Buffs were shooting 26%. They're up to 54 now.
Nice.
And they're 54% from three-point range.
You're going to call a hold, I think, on Toussaint, holding one of the cutters for the Lions.
14.
That's what Coach Boone was saying. They're holding the cutters. They got the call there.
That's going to be Toussaint's first, the team's 9th. We've got a timeout on the floor, 3:42 to play until the half. Buffs lead it 38-26. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
West Texas A&M leads 38-26 with still 3:42 to play before halftime. A look at head coach Jim Boone. His team really took it to the Buffs early in this contest, but it has been a really good run to close out this first half by WT.
Saturday's opponent, Oklahoma Christian, the Eagles, 28-19 over Lubbock Christian with 3 to play in the first.
Okay.
We got a missed free throw, knocked out of bounds, last touched.
They called a foul on 33 there.
Jackson Ingram, and he's called for the foul as well, so we'll go to the other end and shoot 1-1.
Yikes. All-time series, Arkansas Fort Smith 1-2 against WT.
Ryland Holt will go to the line. And it's going to be a 2-shot opportunity. As the Lions are over the 10 foul limit. Knocks it down. He now has 7. Buffs getting out-rebounded 15-5, but right now that doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter when you're on an 8-0, now an 8-0 run.
Buffs have hit 7 of their last 7 from the floor. Lead at 39-26.
It's crazy. Arkansas Fort Smith, they're still shooting 56% in this first half.
Here's a air ball put up by Drew Miller. 9 Lion turnovers, and there's a turnover against the Buffaloes. Their second. Approaching the 3-minute mark, and the Buffs up by 13.
The scoring drought for Arkansas Fort Smith is now over 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Cato Dedeaux, and he walked.
10th turnover.
I think he did the Cato Dedeaux. 2:55 to play in the first. Buffs 39-26. Looking the top 40 on this possession. Muhammad up top. Right side to Toussaint. On down to Holt. Puts up a 3-2 strong. Mashak had the ball, knocked out of bounds by Peyton Brown. Jim Boone is claiming the ball went off of Mashak's head.
I thought it did.
When you look at Mashak's reaction, something hit his head.
Yeah, Tom Brown was wanting a foul. Felt like Mashak was hit. Ball goes out of bounds. If there was no foul called, I thought the ball was going back to the Lions.
Muhammad lobs it into Thornton. Shot clock with 20. Thornton feeds a Weezy. Left-handed hook. No, but there's Mashak with the follow and 1.
Well, Jesse Weezy had drawn 3 Lion defenders, and so nobody was on the back end to block out that man right there, Brock Mashak. Great hustle. Good feed. The miss. It's easy. Nobody blocks you out. Just go to the rim. Good things will happen. And Mashak, Johnny on the spot.
Daryl McElrath with the foul, his first. Mashak converts. He has 3, and the Buffs have 42. 14-2 run over the last 3.5 minutes. The Lions scoring drought now is top 3 minutes. As we approach the 2-minute mark of the half. There's Brown. Walks.
Well, and what's happening is Peyton Brown starts the drive, but there's a second and then a third help defender that's coming over. The Buffs defense has just been tremendous, minus about the first 3 minutes of the game.
Buffalo's scouting report on how to guard Peyton Brown.
Yeah.
You couldn't ask for anything better. The young man comes in averaging 21.8 points. He's a redshirt freshman. He's 1 of 7 from the field, 0 of 3 from outside.
With 3 turnovers.
And 3 turnovers, absolutely. Oh. Thornton weaves his way through the bigs for the layup.
He is pretty, flying through the air after the spin. I see you down there, number 12.
Remember at the 16-minute mark when the Lions had a 5-point lead and the Buffs were 2 of 6 from the floor. 44-26.
Whoa.
No call. Could have called a charge. Could have called a flop.
I think that's why they didn't call it. I think they felt like Weezy maybe sold that one a little too much. Definitely some contact, but.
Oh, Muhammad goes to the line for the bonus.
And that's going to go against Brown. He was just a step late trying to come over and take a charge, and instead gets the blocking foul. So for Brown, his first personal foul. The team 14th, yep. Just not quite there in time. Close. And just a nightmarish end to this half for Arkansas Fort Smith.
15-2 WT run. 4 turnovers for UAFS over the last 4 minutes. Muhammad connects. And he's got 5.
At halftime, Kent will have Lady Buff head coach Josh Brock will come up and visit. WT wins their conference opener by 10 points.
Solid showing. 47-28 as we approach the 1 minute mark of the half. Brown kicks it outside. Miller, long 3, got it.
That helps immensely.
Drew Miller hit his 5th 3 of the season. Mashak, I think he heard footsteps, altered his shot, but he drew the foul.
Yeah, he still did a good job. The way he shielded his body, was able to keep the defender away from blocking the shot away. Just like his game. He's going to get stronger. Just a true freshman. You've said, Kent, from the same hometown as Ryan Quaid.
Same high school.
Same high school as Ryan Quaid. Second leading scorer in WT history. And we really like Mashak's game. But, you know, the most impressive thing for me has just been his effort and his hustle.
Makes them both. He has 5, Meshach does. Buff's already with 3 players in double-figure scoring. Thornton, Toussaint, and Brown. Julius hasn't played in the last 4 minutes. Approaching 30 seconds to play. Brown has the ball stripped away. This will be the Lions basketball.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Lions basketball. 8 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Peyton Brown to inbound on the far sideline. Gets it up top to Bush. Shot clock at 4. Here's Brown. Launches a 3. No good.
I think Arkansas Fort Smith was over the back on the block out.
Calling a Lion over the back, and it's probably going to be a Kesey. And it is. His first personal.
I'm telling you, Kent right now, I can just read the body language of Jim Boone. This first half needs to end.
Get us to the locker room. Yep.
Because, again, they had a great game plan. I mean, they came in and really did some good things through that first media timeout and even halfway through the first half. But, man, when the Buffs caught fire, it started to go downhill.
51 points in the first half for a team that started off 4 of 12 from the floor, 2 of 7, and then 4 of 12. They're now 15 of 29, 52%. They've canned 6 3-pointers, been to the line 19 times. There's a long 3 by Cameron Bush, no good. Toussaint grabs the rebound, and the Buffs take a 20-point lead into the halftime locker room. 51-31 our score. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll visit with Lady Buff head coach Josh Brock. We'll break down the first half of play. Right after this, you're watching WT Basketball on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Energy is a glowing sphere of hot gas. It's an ocean of air. And at Excel Energy, we make it safe. It's why we train first responders. Help you identify where utility lines are buried. Sir, do not dig there. And it's why we study the flight paths of majestic golden eagles before we build a wind farm. Safer energy, people. It's all part of a carbon-free 2050. You, us, together.
Went for a onside kick. Landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, I mean, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference.
WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology.
Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Welcome back inside the First United Bank Center here in Indian Canyon, Texas, where at halftime there's the activities at halftime. Looks a little bit like the first half between Arkansas Fort Smith and West Texas A&M, but you see the lead there for the Buffaloes is at 20 points, being joined by head coach Josh Prock of the Lady Buffs as WT gets off to a 1-0 start in conference play, winning its game tonight here in the opener, 79-69. Congratulations, coach. And your thoughts on a win over what I would say, we said it in post-game, a very scrappy Arkansas Fort Smith team that really battled throughout the game.
Yeah, I think Coach McAdams has done a great job. I mean, I think they're significantly better than they were last year, you know, and so I knew it was going to be, I mean, they obviously upgraded their personnel. It was going to be a tough matchup in a lot of different ways, and I really thought for about 3.5 quarters, we really guarded him and did what we needed to do. I mean, they're kind of late. We kind of gave up some easy threes and stuff like that we got to clean up and get better at. But, you know, I really thought overall it was a really, really complete performance by our young ladies.
You talk about complete performance. We saw a lot of depth again from your team. And, Coach, from the beginning, I felt like you had a very aggressive mindset, whether it was getting the ball into your post or strong drives. Lauren Taylor was very aggressive. She scored 15 points in this win, but you got 12 from Holly Stalder. You got 10 from Kamira Decker. She was really good as well. Nylam Thabak, who was back tonight, she did a good job. Just so much depth, but your thoughts on that aggressive style? I know you love to see that, getting those high percentage shots and free throws.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought offensively we moved the ball well tonight. I thought there were times where, you know, we probably could have made one more pass quicker here and taken maybe a little higher percentage shot. But I think overall it was really good, Lucas. I was really impressed with our young ladies. And, you know, I told them after the game, I said, you know, you make a couple more free throws like we typically would do.
Yep.
Make a couple of those layups like you typically do. And let's say you made one more three. Well, that's 10 more points. You're basically at 90 points. I said, ladies, I don't think offense is going to be our problem this year.
Yeah.
We've got to continue to focus in on, because what you wanted to make tonight is a 25-point win. And so we got to clean up some of those things so we can get that done.
You've had a outstanding start with this freshman class that you recruited, and we've seen mentioned Holly Stalder, but we've also seen Kyla Kane come in and do some good things, Skylee James as well. You told me you were really impressed with this group coming into the season and felt like they would contribute, and Josh, they really have.
Yeah, I mean, Holly and Kyla have just really, it's one of those phrases where you say hit the ground running.
Yeah.
I mean, they really have.
They play with a lot of confidence.
They really do, and I'm so impressed with those two young ladies. And, like, you know, the other four, like you said, Sky James has done a tremendous job, and the other three, you know, Zoe, Bree, and you know, Maddie, there's not much gap between those two.
Sure.
Those girls have just got other kids that are in front of them that are upperclassmen that have been playing really well. So it's more of a credit to our kids that are upperclassmen because they're competing and doing what they're supposed to do.
You're going to take on Oklahoma Christian Saturday, 1 o'clock right here at the First United Bank Center. And I think Oklahoma Christian lost their game tonight on the road against LCU. Taking on the Eagles. Anything that just going into this one you want to look at for them?
You know, they got the head coach there is now used to be the assistant at Commerce.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, Markeith Brown, and Coach Brown is going to end up doing a really good job there. So we're going to have to expect, pressure kind of like Commerce does.
Getting up the floor, run a gun.
They're going to run a gun, try to do those kind of things. I think they in the past they've always shot the ball pretty well. So we'll see where they are this year. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough game.
Coach, we had a chance before your game started. This was really cool, and I posted it on Twitter. You and I were down there cheering like we were 12 years old for the Lady Buffs volleyball team. Congratulations, Kendra Potts, Casey Shingler, Brooke Alberson. The Lady Buffs' Kayla Elliott gets that final kill, and they win in 5 sets. That was really cool to see, not only for you and me, but the Lady Buff players down there in the warm-ups. We had our eyes up on the big screen watching the Lady Buffs advance to the Final Four.
Yeah, I think I almost threw my shoulder out of socket when they hit that last one. I thought I was trying to hit it with her, but it's just they've since I've gotten here, they've kind of led the way, like in a sense of like, here, Coach, we're going to get to Elite Eight. Now we both got to the last year. This year we're going to get back again, Coach. Now we're going to win. And it's been so much fun to watch. Coach Kendra and Casey and Brooke are just amazing people. And how about, of course, you probably mentioned this too. Not only is the national coach of the year, assistant coach of national of the year.
Casey Shingler. I mean, it's just my brother from another mother.
There you go, Casey. Just unbelievable what they've been able to accomplish. And honestly, I can't wait to watch them tomorrow night. Let's go get 2 more and get that natty.
So WT is going to play Missouri St. Louis in the semifinals tomorrow at 6 o'clock. On the other side, those quarterfinal games still being played. Gannon against Cal State, Louisiana, and then Concordia St. Paul will take on Southern New Hampshire. So all we know is the Lady Buffs are moving on to the Final Four. And a great job for Josh Brock as the Lady Buffs start 1-0 in conference play.
Yeah, we got to keep it up. I appreciate you, Lucas.
All right, we'll take a timeout, come back, have the halftime stats for you. The WT men lead Arkansas Fort Smith 51-31 at halftime. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Energy is a glowing sphere of hot gas. It's an ocean of air. And at Excel Energy, we make it safe. It's why we train first responders. Help you identify where utility lines are buried. Sir, do not dig there. And it's why we study the flight paths of majestic golden eagles before we build a wind farm. Safer energy, people. It's all part of a carbon-free 2050. You, us, together.
Went for a onside kick. Landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having the access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference.
WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
At the half, your Buffaloes lead it 51-31. Let's take a look at some of our statistical categories here. Field goal percentage. UAFS started out shooting hot. The Buffs are struggling, but it's evened out exactly 52% for both teams. 3 points, that's where the Buffs have made a lot of ground on the Lions. 6 of 14 from the floor. UAFS just 1 of 7 beyond the arc. Free throws, the Buffs have been aggressive. They've gone 19 times, knocked down 15. The Lions just 6 of 8. Lions out rebounding the Buffaloes 17-10, but turnovers 11 for UAFS, just 1 for
That's
West
incredible,
Texas A&M.
11-1. You're going to win a lot of games when the turnover margin is in that favor, like it is for WT so far in this first half.
Points off turnovers for the Buffs, 22. Individually for the Buffaloes, Julius Brown, 12 points. 12 points. He's 4 of 6 from the floor, 3 of 3 from field goal, 3-point range. Ryland Holt, 7 points to go with 2 rebounds. Zach Toussaint, 10 points to go with 1 board. Addison Wallace has not scored. He's got 1 rebound. Larry Wise has not scored. Jesse Awizi has 2 offensive boards. Ahmed Muhammad, 7 points, 1 rebound. Brock Mashak, 5 points, 2 rebounds. Damian Thornton, 10 points off the bench. Foul-wise, Julius Brown, Addison Wallace, Larry Wise all have 2 fouls. For the Lions, Cameron Bush has 6 points, 5 rebounds. David Akizi has 7 points, 2 rebounds. Evan Anderson with 2 points, 2 boards. Peyton Brown has 5 points, 1 rebound. Connor Slayton, 2 points, 1 rebound. Drew Miller, 3 points, 1 rebound. Daryl McElrath has not scored. Courtney Morrell has 1 rebound. Cato Dedu has 1 rebound. And Jackson Ingram has 3 rebounds. Foul-wise, Akizi has 2. Anderson has 3. Slater has 2. McElrath has 2. Murrell has 2. And Jackson Ingram has 2. So Lucas Kinsey, the Buffs get their act together about 6 minutes into the ball game, protect the basketball, take the ball to the bucket. That's resulted in 19 free throw attempts, but the defense they have played on Peyton Brown has been unreal.
Yeah, he is 1 for 8 from the field, 0 for 4 from the three-point line, does have 5 points, 3 turnovers, though, and so it's been frustrating. Right now, Arkansas Fort Smith, the other thing they've got to do, Kent, they've got to find a way to stay out of foul trouble. Here's the foul situation. Akizi, 2. Anderson, 3. Slater, 2. McElrath, 2. Morrell, 2. And Ingram, 2.
Points off turnovers, 22 for the Buffs, 2 for the Lions. It's a 20-point lead.
Yeah, it is 20, and so if you're Arkansas Fort Smith, got to have a solid start here in the second half. Not only offensively, try to heat up, get Brown going if you can, but also defensively. You got to find a way to slow down the Buffaloes.
Brown, Wise, Wallace, Holt, and Toussaint for the Buffaloes. Bush, Akizi, Anderson, Peyton Brown, and Slater for the Lions. Here's Bush, lob inside to Akizi, turns around, and that's just how we started the basketball game.
So go back to what we do. Similar in football, Kent, to a team that runs the ball and you're down to start the second half. Hey, stay with the running game, go inside.
Tucson for 3.
But there's the other side of things, which is you have to play defense, which means locating number 14. Still on fire, by the way.
Zach now has 13 to lead the Buffs. Anderson down low to Slater. Works on Wallace. Slater wants to go right, puts it off the glass, too strong. Offensive board brought down by Akizi, and we're going to have a block called against Addison Wallace. That'll be Addison's third, team's first of the half. And we're going to send David Akizi to the line, shooting twice.
Yeah, I like it. They're going to Akizi and try to slow the game down a little bit. And maybe try to get the Buffs in a little bit of foul trouble.
First shot's good. Yeah, Addison now with 3. Julius Brown and Larry Wise, the only other WT players with as many as 2. As Akizi makes them both. Brown for the Buffaloes. Outside to Holt. Pump fake, drives. Before the shot, we've got a foul on the floor, and this will go against David Akizi, his second. Oop, my mistake. Akizi's third.
That's 2 players for the Lions that have 3 fouls.
Julius gets it into Holt. Quick 3, right wing, too short. Flat-footed rebound by Bush. 54-35 our score. Just underway here in the second half. West Texas A&M with the lead. Bush pull up from 12, and he's fouled by Holt.
Just got him on the wrist there.
For Ryland, that will be his first.
Foul number 5 for Ryland Holt, his first, team second.
Second team foul against the Buffaloes. Here you see it. Slides over, jumps up, but extends that arm out just a little. You always think it's going straight up.
Right. Well, and if you're too close on the closeout, that hand, just going to run into each other, and so the official makes the right call there.
Bush converts both. He has 8.
All right, they've cut it to 17.
Holt will try the 3 again, in and out. Rebound pulled down by Anderson. Peyton Brown up top to Anderson. Cameron on the wing. Brown cuts across the lane, kicks it back outside to Anderson. Shot clock at 5. Anderson working on Wise, goes up. Can't do it, but there's another rebound for the Lions. Brown for 3, too strong. And we've got a foul inside. Julius Brown trying to get that rebound, and he was held from behind.
Yeah, they got a push from Cameron Bush, the junior out of Little Rock, Arkansas. He was trying to give himself a little bit of an advantage, and the officials saw it. You think if you're smaller, I'm only 6'1", coming in here against a taller player, they won't see this.
Here's Julius Brown. Step back from 10, no good.
And a lot of fouls here to start this second half. Both teams.
No flow to this half. Ahmed Muhammad.
Good defense by Holt. They were trying to go inside to Akizi, and he would not let him get open. An offensive foul called on a spin move. which looked like was going to be a bucket for Kesey. You know, a lot of times on those baseline, those quick spins, they'll say that the offensive player hooks the arm. I didn't see initially a hook. Just looked like a quick move.
Yeah, and that's Kesey's fourth.
Ball back to West Texas A&M. That is a huge foul called there because, as you said, the fourth foul, they're missing a Kesey, and he's been
6'7" post player. Weezy may have been held on that sequence, and there you hear the skin slap up here.
It's like we've got a boom mic down there, Kent. That slap.
Got that parabolic mic you see on the sideline of football games as Cameron Bush picks up his third. That's going to be the team's fourth against UAFS.
Love me some good audio there.
Ahmed Muhammad to inbound to the left of the WT bucket. Looking and
looked too long.
That's a quick five.
They called a
foul.
No, I thought it was just going to be a turnover.
Yeah, they
did call a foul
with
on
a
Weezy.
hold. Man, this is a stuttering start to the half. Just in the way their tempo is not going for either team.
Yeah, Buffs in a scoring drought nearing 3 minutes. Lions don't have a field goal in 2:50.
Keto Didu backs in on a Weezy, turns around from 8. A Weezy with the rebound.
Good defense by Jesse.
Muhammad down low on the block to Thornton, backs in and draws a block.
Oh, man.
He knew where he was going, and it was to the rack.
That was a collision. If you're Jim Boone, you're saying that was a charge. Tom Brown says it's a block. You make the call at home. Oh.
And Jim Boone is hot.
Yeah, well,
Darren Griffin, to his credit,
trying to get him to go back to the bench, but this has been a couple of calls tonight that Coach Boone has felt like he has not been on the receiving end of for his team, and so some frustration boiling over right now.
Boone's upset that Thornton is shooting free throws. He thought it was on the floor.
Okay.
But Thornton missed the first and missed them both. And now we've got a whistle. Someone was in the lane.
Goodness.
Yeah. So Thornton will get another opportunity. That last foul was on Evan Anderson. That was his fourth. So the Lions with 2 players with 4 fouls, as Thornton, using the old ABA 2 to make 3, knocks one down. Were you around for that?
It's a red, white, and blue ball, right,
That's
Kent?
right. Go to the line, you got 2 shots to make. 3 shots to make 2, that's what it was. Muhammad picks up his second. It's the team's 5th. We've had 10 fouls in the first 4 minutes of this half. This looks like LSC basketball of 12 years ago.
Rugged.
Bush puts up a 3. Knocks down the 3. He's got 11. Lions back within 16. Thornton for 3, in and out. Mashak comes in, strips the ball away, turns around, can't convert. Thornton goes up, tries to slam the follow. It goes out of bounds. And I believe it'll be the Buffaloes basketball when we come back after this. 15:34 to play, second half. Buffs lead it, 55-39. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Bucks!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center as some of the fans on the front row checking this one out. Kent, we had ourselves a pretty fluid first half, 51-31, and the second half has not been fluid.
Not been as viscous, has it? Here Thornton misses. Rebound is pulled down by Connor Slater, and they're going to say he went over Thornton's back. And to Damien's credit, he is going to the line frequently here in the second half.
Buffs don't have a field goal in over 4 minutes, and they still are outscoring the Lions by a whopping 4-2. In this 4-8, being outscored.
Yeah.
Rewind that back there, 8-4 Lions.
Thornton makes the second of his two opportunities.
Arkansas Fort Smith cut it to 17, and then really since that point, just have not been able to get things going.
They've maintained their deficit at 17. Or you could say the Buffaloes have kept their margin at 17. Nice inlet. How many steps do you take?
Yep.
Jackson Ingram falls down, called for the walk.
Well, and the Lions, they need Akizi in the game.
And at the other end, nobody gets back quicker than Muhammad, and he gets the easy lay-in.
The problem is that Akizi has 4 fouls. Good defense.
Connor Slater tries to find Cameron Bush. And if that's Julius Brown, that'll be his third.
Yep.
Sixth team foul against the Buffaloes.
Kent, you were talking about the old ABA teams. What was your favorite ABA team? Indiana Pacers?
No. I mean, I followed the local team. They were the Dallas Chaparrals, and then they became the Texas Chaparrals when the attendance started to drop. They played half their games in San Antonio and half in Dallas. The Kentucky Colonels had a lot of guys that played for Louisville and the University of Kentucky because the ABA you drafted regionally. And that was one of their models on attendance was if the people know the guys playing from their collegiate days, they'll go. Of course, Dr. J started out in the ABA. Connie Hawkins was in the ABA. You know, the American Basketball Association, a lot of times you weren't following the team so much as just the individuals and the style of play because they opened up the floor before the NBA did.
Right.
And then when the NBA merged with the ABA, I believe that was around 1972 or so, that's when the popularity of the NBA really exploded because all these players from the ABA came in and played a very open style of play.
Brought some flair.
Yeah.
There's Damien Thornton getting some free throws there for the Buffs. That's about all we've had, it seems like, in the second half are made free throws.
Yep. Thought we might have another one, but there Cameron Bush with the little running jumper. Thornton strong to the hole and comes up short. Tries to get the rebound and is called for the foul.
Yeah, strong box out and securing that board by Drew Miller. We're already in the bonus. Goodness.
Thornton picks up his second. Team's 7th, so we'll start the trek to the line again, shooting 1 and 1. Drew Miller goes. He's 1 of 3 on the year from the free throw line.
Lions on the season, a 74% free throw shooting team. Buffs, 72%. So in today's standards, both pretty good free throw shooting teams.
Miller makes the first. And gets them both. Lady Buffs and Buffs will be back at it this Saturday. Oklahoma Christian comes to town. 1 o'clock tip for the Lady Buffs. The men at 3 or thereafter.
Right.
Get you home in time to watch the Big Ten football championship at 6 o'clock that night.
With is there going to be an upset there, KJ?
I'm hoping for a close game.
Purdue and Michigan.
Purdue beats IU to win the Old Oaken Bucket, and their reward is they get to play a Michigan team that just manhandled Ohio State in Columbus last week.
Just got to beat them one time, Kent. That's all.
Just takes once. That's right. Buffs get the basketball on the miss. As we approach the 13-minute mark, Buffs up by 17. Holt to Toussaint, wanted to shoot. Wasn't open. He'll shoot from the right side. Short. Holt with the rebound. Kicks it outside to Wise. Larry, very uncharacteristically scoreless today. It's a miss in the corner by Muhammad, and the rebound comes down to the Lions.
That rebound by Holt was the team's 15th. They've only had 15 rebounds as a team in this game.
By comparison, the Lions have 25. Buffs 0 of their last 4 from the floor and just 1 of their last 11. But even with that, the Lions haven't been able to make up ground.
Well, if they can get hot at the free throw line, that may be where they get a chance. That last foul called on Zach Toussaint, he held Drew Miller. So Miller goes to the line.
Zach Toussaint guilty of his second personal foul, the 8th team foul, and Drew Miller has shown he can knock them down from the 15-foot mark. Just as I say that, he's now 3 of 4.
And the folks in Arkansas not happy with Kent Johnson right now.
60-44, West Texas on top. Holt with a drive on Ingram off the glass, no good. They're collecting the rebound for the Lions. Connor Slater.
That was really good defense by Jackson Ingram. He forced Holt into a very difficult shot.
12 minutes to play. Buffs up 16. Here's Murrell, pulls up, long from 18. Ingram with the rebound. His shot was blocked by Holt. He maintained possession and put it in.
Yeah, nice put back inside the muscle in there for Ingram. Now can they get a stop? They've cut it to 14.
Holt for 3, too strong. Muhammad had the rebound. Body-on-body contact. And they're going to call this against the Lions. It looks like Courtney Murrell picks up his 3rd.
Yeah, just didn't get a solid block out here. You'll see a body come crashing in.
Media timeout on the floor, 11:26 to play. Buffs up 60-46. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shim & Dillon Group for your appointment today.
If you're just joining us, score 60-46. West Texas A&M leads. Second half action, 11-26. Still to play. And to no one's surprise, here in the second half, we are back at the free throw line.
Ahmed Muhammad shooting 1 and 1, misses. He was 12 of 13 on the year before that shot. But the way this second half's gone for both teams,
yeah,
who's surprised at the outcome? Approaching the 11-minute mark, Buffs up by 14, have led by as many as 22. We're up 20 at the half. Here's Bush, drives, pulls up, short. That'll be a shot clock violation against the Lions.
They call a foul?
Maybe they called it over the back.
The players are walking to the free throw line.
And now we're going to think about it and go to the monitor. Let's do we have that last play on review? We do not, but the officials do, so they can sort it out as the teams go to the bench. The Lions were on a 7-0 run. And actually, they still are on a 7-0 run over the last 3 minutes. The Buffs have hit just 1 of their last 13 from the field.
Let's check the Lone Star Conference scoreboard here on the men's side. Of course, there was games last night. Dallas Baptist defeated Midwestern State. That was a close one, 58-56. UT Tyler defeats Cameron, 69-57. And you have the score. There you go. Any of those, Kent?
Yeah, we've got in the men right now, Oklahoma Christian leading Lubbock Christian 30-25 with 2 to play in the first. St. Ed's over Eastern New Mexico 35-20 with 6 to play in the first. We'll catch up on those in a moment as Thornton has the ball up top to Muhammad on the wing. Lobs it on the block to Aweezy. Backs in on Ingram. Blind pass to Thornton goes out of bounds.
Watch out down there on the baseline camera.
Out at Odessa, the Falcon Dome, UTPB with a 2-point lead over Texas A&M International, 32-30 with 2 minutes to play in the first. And at the Janelle Center, Angelo State looking to pick up the pieces from an unsuccessful year last year, leading Texas A&M Kingsville, who were NCAA South Central Region participants, 40-31 with 2 to play in the first.
This is incredible. WT is 1 for their last 13 from the field and still lead by 14 points. So, I mean, if you're Coach Boone, you say, hey, we got to go out and play good defense. Well, you've done that.
Now convert on the other end. That's been the issue.
Lions have outscored WT 15-9 here in the second half. You said it, Ken, at one point, has the feel of LSC games really back when I was going to college. I mean, the late 90s and early 2000s.
Very post-oriented. Here's a long 3. Nailed by Courtney Morrell, his first bucket of the game.
Okay, it's an 11-point lead.
He's made it an 11-point Buffalo lead. Julius Brown. Toussaint, now Thornton on the wing. Thornton backs out. Shot clock at 13. Toussaint off the feed from Thornton, knocks it down.
And I'm thinking the whole possession there, you can't help off Toussaint. You cannot help off Toussaint. And what happens, they help off of Zach. Double team comes on Damian Thornton, and Thornton, good passer. He finds him. Here's a replay, Kent. You draw that double team and leave number 14 open, he will make you pay every time. Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside. Be right back with more basketball after these messages. 63-49, Buffs lead here in the second half.
Welcome to Shimin Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimin Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology, innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimin Dental Group for your appointment today.
Fans enjoying this one here in Canyon, Texas. We're glad to have you along with us from wherever you're watching tonight. Right now, WT leads 63-49 over UAFS. Lions had just cut it to 11. You go back the other way, Kent, and again, the old coach in me is watching that possession, and you're seeing Zach Toussaint defensively. You cannot leave him to help. That's what happened. Damian Thornton alert pass to his buddy Zach, who nails the three.
I mean, you watch Zach, he's nowhere near the basketball. He's just floating, but that's where he's dangerous.
Well, because his shot gets off so quickly.
And credit to Thornton for finding him as he's driving the lane. Buffs by 14. Cato to do, loses it. Ingram picks it up, turns on Holt. No good. Ryland wraps him up, and it'll be the Buffs basketball. Strong rebound there for Ryland Holt going up against the much more solid Jackson Ingram.
Jackson comes up from that one, rubbing his back of his head a little bit.
Thornton to Toussaint, back to Thornton. From 15, finds Brown. Brown making his first appearance in 2 weeks, drives in, and he'll go to the line.
Okay, so you go to the next possession, what I was just talking about with Zach. So the Julius Brown drives the ball. Where's the help defense? Well, now they're stuck on Zach because of what just happened. This leads to an open paint and a foul.
AOMS trip to the line.
Julius had 12 at the half, and that's where he's at right now. Make it 13. Julius knocked down 3 threes in the first half, including his first 2 shots he took.
One of the more impressive things about Julius's game is he rarely forces things offensively.
And a lot of times you'll see a point guard that's trying to drive the lane when there's not a hole there, trying to force a pass inside when there's 4 defenders down low, but Julius sees the floor very well.
He doesn't have a single turnover tonight. The Buffs as a team, just 3. Meanwhile, the Lions have 15 turnovers. Quick hands from Ryland Holt. Connor Slater back in. So the 2 leading scorers tonight, Arkansas Fort Smith, Brown and Slater, combined coming into this game, scoring 33 points a game. They have 7 between the 2 of them.
There's a pull-up jumper knocked down by Peyton Brown. His first bucket of the second half. He has 7 now. Julius pulls up from 17, too strong. Thornton keeps it alive, but it goes to the wrong color. Cameron Bush comes up with it. And we've got a whistle and a touch outside against Toussaint. That'll be his 3rd. That'll be the Buffaloes' 9th as a team. We've got a timeout on the floor. 7:42 to play. Buffs lead at 65-51. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
One West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign, raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center as West Texas A&M leads 65-51. And Kent, we were just saying a lot of odd statistics here in this one for a 14-point lead for WT at this junction of the game.
Well, both teams have knocked down 18 field goals. At one point, the Buffs were shooting 56% when things were on a roll in the first half, but now they're down to 40%. Rebounds, the Buffs are really getting pushed around under the boards 29-18. But the turnovers, the Lions have committed 15 to just 3 for the Buffs. That's been converted into 25 points off turnovers for WT, just 5 for UAFS. As they miss free throw there, but Brown gets the rebound. Holt steals it away. Goes out of bounds, last touch by Ryland Holt.
That was a battle underneath between Peyton Brown and Ryland Holt. And Jim Boone is asking, there should have maybe been a foul called on his first attempt going up for the shot, but it was good defense. He blocked it away. Holt's going to get a breather. Weezy will come in, and Larry Wise as well.
Replacing Holt, Ryland Holt, and Zach Toussaint. 13-point Buffalo lead. Inbound comes into Ingram. Here's Anderson, finds Brown. Little fadeaway from 16.
Smooth J there from Peyton Brown. He's heating up a little bit now. Lead cut to 11 again.
7:22 showing on the clock. Here's Brown to the hole. Nobody stepped in, and Juju takes it to the rack.
It's twice you get this lead cut down to 11. You're doing some good things offensively, the Lions, but they cannot get that critical defensive stop they need.
67-54 WT. Bush.
Nope.
Tries to find Anderson, goes through his hands. Wise comes up with it. Lob underneath to Aweezy. He's stripped. Cameron Bush gets inside and takes it away. Down court to Brown. His layup is short, and they're going to call a block.
This is an interesting one here because it's an aggressive take by Brown. I think the defender just gets out of the way. His body falls to the floor. It's one where it almost looks like it's going to be a foul, but watch him at the last second. Muhammad kind of just slides to the right, maybe caught a little bit of body, and so probably the right call there.
They called the foul against Larry Wise.
See, I thought if it's a foul, it's going to go against Muhammad.
Brown at the line, makes them both. And it's 67-56, back to an 11-point WT lead. Thornton drives baseline, goes up and one.
He has proven to be a difficult matchup tonight. Kent, 16 points for Thornton on.
Strong to the rack. Watch the last step he takes here. Just pulls up. Had Connor Slater backpedaling, and his momentum wouldn't let him stop when Damian Thornton said, "I'm stopping."
Really good job on the replays tonight by our Thunder Vision production team.
Thornton unable to connect. He's 8 of 13 from the line tonight. But it's the Buffs basketball as it goes out of bounds. Looking to build on a 13-point lead. Wise, who still is scoreless tonight, spins, puts it off the glass too hard.
Yeah, that's another crazy stat from tonight. 16 points a game. Larry Wise hasn't gotten the box score yet. Foul's going to go against WT here, and it'll send Cameron Bush to the line.
Foul number 12,
Damian Thornton picked up his third, team foul number 10 against the Buffaloes.
Good crossover, and then Thornton just trailing from behind runs into him.
The Lions already over the 10 foul limit, so no reason to expect the last 6 minutes of this game to speed up.
They've done really well at the free throw line tonight. 17 of 21. The one area, as that second one was missed, the one area they have not shot the ball well, Kent, is the three-point line, just 2 for 10.
And that's where we were expecting to see Connor Slater light it up. Or not Connor Slater, Peyton Brown light it up. There's a foul inside.
You like free throws, this is your game, ladies and gentlemen.
Cameron Bush draws his fourth.
Stripped to the line.
Yeah, just gets him a little out of position. Bush felt like he, at the last second, put his arms straight up in the air. But give credit to Julius Brown, Juju, for leaning in just a little bit.
Juju gets the first, puts the Buffs back up by 13. Opportunity for 14.
You know, this may be a team this year, Kent. We're seeing the complete team, everybody playing tonight as Brown makes the second free throw. You got 3 players in double figures. You just don't know which 3 or 4 you're going to get, but it's a good balance for WT. And again, you got a game where Larry Wise has struggled 0 for 4 from the field, and you're still playing as well as you are. It's a good sign. Because Larry doesn't have these performances like this very often at all.
Juju has 18 now. Toussaint with 16. Thornton with 16. Peyton Brown for 3. There it goes.
Again, the lead is cut to 11.
Brown now with 12.
Third opportunity here for the Lions to try to get it under double digits. Okay, they got the stop they needed.
Yes.
See if they want to go back to Peyton Brown. They're going to run him off a screen, down screen.
Inside of 5 to play, Buffs by 11.
David Akizi back on the floor. He's got to be careful.
Here's Brown with 9 on the shot clock. Misses, but there with the board and score, David Akizi.
Well, in that time, he got the rebound, kept it above his head, went straight back up and scored it quickly before the Buffs defense could swipe it away.
Brown up top. Step back from 17, in and out. Holt bats the ball out of bounds.
Give some credit to Courtney Morrell for his ball defense on Julius. He made him take a really tough, kind of fading away jump shot that still nearly went in for Juju. But if you're Arkansas Fort Smith, those are the shots you want the Buffs taking. You definitely don't want them at the free throw line. That's what they've done the last 2 possessions.
Approaching the 4-minute mark of the game. Buffs 71-62 over UAFS. Here's Morrell, guarded by Brown.
This ball pressure, wow.
Shot clock at 9. Down low it goes to Cato Dedu. And the hook over Thornton.
Yeah, some momentum with the Lions here, Kent. They have cut this lead to 7 with 3:43 to play in the ball game, and they're doing it by going inside of their big men.
Yeah. Created some space backing in, step back with the hook. 3:43 to go. Full timeout on the floor. We'll be back. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology, innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Well, we have ourselves a game. It is a 71-64 lead for West Texas A&M. 3 minutes, 43 seconds left. Lions have fought hard to get back in this game right now, holding the Buffs to a 2 minutes and 2 second scoring drought, and it's a 7-0 run by UAFS.
They've got another tight game down in Lubbock where Oklahoma Christian just nailed a 3 with 25 seconds to go to tie the Chaps at 60 apiece. Here's Toussaint at the line, looking for somebody. Hits Muhammad. Back to Toussaint. Shot clock at 10. Brown wants to drive, can't do it. 4 on the shot clock. Muhammad, the floater! The freshman comes through.
Used his elevation, and then he knew the defender was coming over. He had to put it a little extra height on that drop shot.
Back to a 9-point lead.
Muhammad in double figures with 11.
Here's Murrell. Brown on him. Loses the ball. Juju picks it up. Lay it off the glass and in.
Okay, 4-0 run out of the timeout by the Buffaloes.
And just like that, the Buffs go back up 11. Little breathing room with 2:40 to play. Here's Peyton Brown, drives in, a wild shot put up. He was off balance, and Mike Hill calls the foul. They're calling Ryland Holt with his second.
Yeah, that's a stumbling and bumbling play there by Brown. Forces contact, but look at his head is down, doesn't really see the rim, but at the last second is able to muscle it up and flip it toward the basket, and he makes the first free throw. Brown was held in check in the first half, and he's done his part in the second half.
Yeah. He's up to 16. At the half, he had 5. He's averaging 21-8.
I'm going to give him credit, Kent. Really good players, especially offensive scorers. If they're struggling shooting the ball or struggling to get shots, what do? They get themselves to the free throw line. He is 7 of 8 at the charity stripe.
.232 to play. Buffs with a 10-point lead. And it stays there as Brown misses, and the Buffs get the long rebound. It was kept alive underneath, and Toussaint snagged it out of the air.
Lions have got to make all their free throws right now, trailing by 10.
Here's Brown outside, letting the shot clock tick down. It's at 10. Drives the lane, reverses, comes up short. 2 minutes to play. Buffs by 10. Anderson, right side to Bush. Down low to Cato Dedu. Brown, 3, knocked it down. Peyton Brown makes it a 7-point contest. Minute 35 to play. Buffs running clock, but don't want to lose momentum.
Yep, for your Arkansas Fort Smith, don't foul. Make sure you close out on shooters and block out and get the rebound. If you can do all that, you'll get the ball back and trail by 7.
Shot clock at 6. Brown gets it to Muhammad with 2. Muhammad, the floater, and he draws a foul.
With the shot clock expiring.
Wow.
Foul number 23, Peyton Brown.
That foul goes against Peyton Brown, his 3rd. And Ahmed Muhammad.
There's a look at it.
Goes to the line shooting twice.
And he did. You saw the hand right on the hip there from Brown, and that's a silly foul. He didn't need to do that.
Muhammad knocks down the first.
Because that would have been a very difficult shot. Ahmed was fading, drifting to his left, kind of twisting, was not squared up to the bucket.
Made them both, and those were huge. Puts the Buffs back up 9, 77-68. Approaching the 1-minute mark.
Lions can't take too much time off this clock.
Bush spins on Brown, forces one up, won't go, rebound, pulled down by Damian Thornton, and he's going to be fouled.
He earned that rebound. It was
big rebound there by Thornton.
It was, with just 4, everybody just crashing in the air. Watch this one. You want to rebound in a critical situation? We'll look at this replay here in just a second. This clock stopped with 54 seconds left.
Play.
Here it is. Good defense by Julius.
Thornton's outside right here. Now he's underneath. Pulled it away as he's grabbed around the neck and tugged to the floor. Makes the first. And he has gone to the line 14 times tonight, 9 of 14. Missed the second. Anderson with the defensive board, quickly ahead to Bush, drives on Tuzak. Sant makes the layup. And Jim Boone calls a timeout. This will be a full 43 seconds to go. We'll take it with them. Buffs lead it by 8. We'll be back. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
All right, welcome back to the First United Bank Center. 78-70 the score. West Texas A&M with the lead. And Kent, we were just looking during the timeout. In this situation, if you're Arkansas Fort Smith, you got to try to get a quick steal, but then it becomes, okay, you got to foul. The question is, who do you foul? And the Buffs, nearly all 5 players that are going to come back on the floor have been very efficient at the free throw line tonight, so it's going to be tough.
Really, the only person that has missed more than one free throw is Damian Thornton. He is 9 of 15. I mean, Brown to inbound, full court pressure by the Buffs. He throws it the length of the floor to Thornton, who goes up and is fouled.
That home run ball there with, I don't know what style Juju calls that, Kent, but it was a sideways sling.
It was like you
the length of the floor. Watch this. Discus. Watch this. And spin it. Yep.
And it was right there.
Great job there on that replay.
So, as we mentioned, Damian Thornton, the only Buff that really has not been perfect tonight. knocks down the first.
It was
That's
Rick,
what you need.
on the free throws, it was Rick Berry that did it underhand, right?
Rick Berry, yeah.
Okay, so Juju just patented that length of the floor, side sling, precision pass to Damian Thornton.
Thornton's second shot. Puts the Buffs up by 10. 42 to play. Bush guarded by Brown. Goes to Peyton Brown. Puts up a quick three and knocks down the three.
Ooh, deadly three
there you go.
Right in front of the Arkansas Fort Smith bench. It's just a 30-second timeout. So we'll
this one here.
Keep it here and look at that last play.
And he got rid of that one quick. One bounce, step back.
I think Tom Brown's going to be talking to his young freshman there, Muhammad, about, look, they have to have threes at this point, and so don't even fall for that little hesitation as he puts the ball on the floor. You stay up and stay right in his face.
Might deny the pass to certain shooters as well.
So he's caught his average now. Oh, yeah. Peyton Brown has at 22 points. Check any of these finals. Oh, they're in overtime at the Rip Griffin Center. It's 66-65 LCU leads. Of course, that's the Buffs' next opponent, Oklahoma Christian.
And as far as I'm concerned, they can play 5 overtimes there tonight.
Well, a timeout had to be taken there because that time the length of the floor play did not work for the Buffs. Nobody was open, and Tom Brown is talking to his team about executing on this inbound play, leading by 7 points with just 35.3 to play.
In Austin, St. Edwards leads Eastern New Mexico with 3 minutes to play, 87-58.
Wow. Hilltoppers putting it on the Greyhounds.
Down at the Falcon Dome, a tight one with 30 seconds to play. UTPB 68-66 over A&M International. In San Angelo, Angelo State with an 83-71 lead over Texas A&M Kingsville. They're in their final minute of play. And as we just mentioned, Lubbock Christian 66-65 with a minute and a half to play in overtime. The Buffs up 7 as Julius Brown is fouled crossing the midcourt stripe. Will go to the line shooting twice.
You'll see some defense and offense for defense substitutions here. Lions get their offense.
Courtney Morrell just fouls out. He had 3 points tonight.
Get the one other score, LSC-wise. St. Mary's leading Western New Mexico 51-43 midway through the second half at Bill Greehey Arena in San Antonio.
Julius knocks down the first. Second shot on its way. Short. 30 seconds to go. Buffs by 8. Buffs get back and play defense. The foul outside, Damian Thornton.
Yeah, trying to keep Peyton Brown from catching the ball on the three-point line. He did that.
That's Damian's fourth. That's going to send Brown to the line shooting twice.
There he is on the wing. And
Grissom.
Extend the two arms.
Brown's first shot's good. He is 8 of 10 from the line tonight. Makes them both.
Lions may be running out of time, though, because there's just 23.6 to play. Now they're going to pick up a foul without any time running off.
They're only down 2 possessions here.
They are.
6 points.
If the Buffs can make free throws, they should be looking at a win starting the conference play. But we've seen strange things happen. with 23 or around that many seconds left in a game.
We mentioned in our pregame last year over in Fort Smith, it was the Lions taking a 75-69 win as Muhammad misses the first. Buffs back off the line to play defense as Muhammad knocks that one down.
At some point, the Lions are going to have to get a three-pointer, and they got to go.
You got to do it quick. 20 seconds to play. Buffs by 7.
This pace is too slow.
Well, there's a dunk inside by Akizi. Clock shot stops in the final minute after a made field goal. Tucson, foul coming out. Zach will go to the line. Peyton Brown with the foul.
I think he just fouled out.
That will be his 5th.
A solid effort from Brown, though, especially after struggling early. Finishes with 24 points and was 9 for 11 at the free throw line. And Kent, he's young. You mentioned, he's just a redshirt freshman. So
Tucson currently stands at 16 points. He's going to have an opportunity for 2 more here. Make it 1. As the Buffs lead stands at 5. Now make it 6. 2-possession game, 10 seconds to play. Bush brings it up court, pulls up for 3, misses. Julius Brown with the rebound, and that will do it. The Buffs improve their record to 3-2 overall, 1-0 in Lone Star Conference play. UA Fort Smith 4-3 overall, 0-1 in Lone Star Conference play as West Texas A&M takes an 83-77 win over UAFS. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with a visit with the coach, and then we'll wrap it up. You're listening to Buffalo Basketball on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Energy is a glowing sphere of hot gas. It's an ocean of air. And at Excel Energy, we make it safe. It's why we train first responders. Help you identify where utility lines are buried. Sir, do not dig there. And it's why we study the flight paths of majestic golden eagles before we build a wind farm. Safer energy, people. It's all part of a carbon-free 2050. You, us, together.
Went for a onside kick. Landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having the access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference.
WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Final score 83-77 Buffs. Associate head coach David Chavlovic down there with Kent Johnson. Go ahead.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center, where West Texas A&M opens Lone Star Conference play with a victory over Arkansas Fort Smith. Joining us now, assistant coach David Chavlovic. And David, the first half, Arkansas Fort Smith kind of imposed their will on the Buffs the first 5 minutes of the game. It extended to about 8 minutes where they had a lead, but then WT started to get momentum and opened up a 20-point lead at the half. What was the difference between the start and then the remainder of the half?
You know, I thought our guys off the bench did an absolutely awesome job, especially defensively. So I don't know that it was our starters that were the problem. Something was the problem, but I just want to give those guys a lot of credit for what they did. And two of them, like we talked about earlier, Brock Mishak, Ahmed Muhammad, they were just awesome tonight.
Now we know UAFS wanted to play a possession-by-possession game. The Buffs enjoy a more fluid style of play. The second half was a whistle fest. That plays into UAFS hands. They cut into the lead, got it down to 6 at one point, but the Buffs really made some nice defensive stands down the stretch, some big rebounds. Damian Thornton with one in the final minute.
Yeah, Damian was awesome, I think, all game. We missed him last game, but, you know, he came back this game. But as far as the second half goes, I don't really want to blame the refs. It was a whistle fest, but at the end of the day, we were fouling a lot of the times, and we have to be a lot better defensively, and we have to understand if they're calling the game tight, we've got to adjust to that, and we didn't do a very good job of that, and I just thought we were awful in the second half, honestly.
Final question. Julius Brown has missed 2 weeks, come right back, knocks down his first two, and has what, from a bystander's viewpoint, was an excellent basketball game.
Absolutely. And, you know, we talked about it before the game. We knew he was going to be ready to play. That's just the kind of kid he is. And, you know, he brought it, and I thought he was awesome. He got those 2 fouls in the first half, so we had to sit him. I don't think we ever would have took him out if he didn't get those 2 fouls.
Buffs win at 83-77. We'll take a timeout. We've been visiting with assistant coach David Chavlovic. Let's take this timeout. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center, where the 25th ranked Buffaloes take an 83-77 victory over UAFS, a game in which the Buffs led by 20 at the half. The first half and the second half was like Dorothy opening the door after she landed on the witch, going from black and white to color. In this case, in the Buffs' case, it went from beautiful color and a free-flowing game to a possession-by-possession, whistle-by-whistle basketball game. But they did the little things that came up big down the stretch to take what ultimately turned out to be a 6-point win.
Yeah, two things that really stand out. Obviously, free throws. In Arkansas Fort Smith, they shot a lot of free throws as well, but not as many as the Buffs did. As you see, WT 31 of 43 at the charity stripe. Had to make some big ones down the stretch to really secure the thing. And then Kent, the turnovers. 17 turnovers committed by University of Arkansas Fort Smith, just 4 by the Buffs, but it was what WT did with those Lion turnovers that made the big difference.
27 points off those 17 turnovers. The Lions getting just 7 off of that. As a team, the Lions outshoot the Buffs 53% to 41%. The Buffs, 8 of 23 from three-point range, 35%. The Lions, 5 of 15 from three-point range, 33%. Buffs went to the line 43 times, converted 31, that's 72%. The Lions, 20 of 26, much better percentage, but they only went half the time as what the Buffs did. That's 77%. We talked about the turnovers, 17 for UAFS, and just 4, which was key for the Buffaloes. They had 1 in the first half.
Yeah, and you look at that 37 to 24 rebounds. A lot of times you get out rebounded by double digits. That's a bad sign. Ultimately, it did not make a big difference in tonight's game for the Buffaloes. But this Arkansas Fort Smith team, they're a good team, Kent, and it's a team that they got in foul trouble. That hurt them in the second half. Felt like David Ezeki. Big difference for them. McKeezy, excuse me. He when he went to the bench with those 4 fouls, he had to sit for a good stretch late in the second half. That hurt them inside.
And the Lions as a team were in deep foul trouble early in the second half, and that no doubt forced Jim Boone's hand when he had to substitute at times. Let's take a look at the individual statistics. First for the Lions, Cameron Bush finished with 13 points, 8 rebounds before fouling out.
5 assists as well. Did a good job.
David Ezeki had 15 points, 5 rebounds. Evan Anderson with 4 points, 4 rebounds. He also had 2 assists. Peyton Brown, leading scorer, 24 points, going 6 of 15 from the floor, 3 3-pointers, 9 of 11 from the line. That's where a lot of scorers make their points. He also had 3 assists. He fouled out in the final minute of the game. Connor Slater had 2 points, 4 rebounds. Drew Miller with 6 points, 2 rebounds. Daryl McElrath did not score nor get any rebounds. Courtney Murrell with 3 points and 2 rebounds. Drew Irby came off the bench late but did not register points. Cato Dedu with 6 points, 4 boards, and Jackson Ingram off the bench, 4 points and 4 rebounds. For the Buffaloes, Julius Brown led all Buffs with 21 points to go with 1 rebound, 2 assists, and a steal. Ryland Holt had 7 points, 5 rebounds. Zach Toussaint, 17 points, knocked down 4 of 5 3-pointers. He also had 2 rebounds. Addison Wallace did not score, had 1 rebound. Larry Wise, uncharacteristically held scoreless, going 0 of 5 from the floor. Jesse Oezy had 6 rebounds, 4 on the offensive end. Ahmed Muhammad with 14 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Brock Mashak with 5 points, 2 rebounds. Damian Thornton with 19 points. He had 11 of them coming from the free throw line. He also had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. So, the Buffs open Lone Star Conference play with an 83-77 win over Arkansas Fort Smith. The Lady Buffs in our opener tonight with a 79-69 win over Arkansas Fort Smith. The Lady Buffs ranked 3rd nationally. Congratulations, Lady Buff Volleyball defeated Wingate 3-2 in the quarterfinals of the NCAA Division II Elite 8. They advanced to the Final Four, and do we know who we're playing yet? Missouri St. Louis, who defeated Barry tonight, 3-1. So it'll be the Lady Buffs and Missouri St. Louis tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Central time. Those games are broadcast on the LSC Digital Network and the NCAA Network. They are free of charge. So until Saturday, when Oklahoma Christian comes to town, Lady Buffs and the Eagles at 1 p.m., the Buffs and the Eagles at 3 p.m. I'd like to thank our director tonight, Jacob Griffin, our Thunder Vision camera crew of Kaysen Johnson, Dylan McMullen, Gaston Yobel, and Gavin Rutherford Baca.
Yeah, we had some great replays tonight, Kent, throughout
the
game.
Spot on. Congratulations to our Thunder Vision crew, and a big thanks. Big thanks to you, Lucas Kinsey. It's always fun.
Let's get back after it Saturday.
Until Saturday, I'm Kent Johnson saying so long, everybody. You've been watching Lady Buff and Buffalo basketball on the